Staying in D.C., the HR department of the U.S. government was hacked. You know that. Officially, it is called the Office of Personnel Management. Some cyber experts thought it to be the work of the Chinese, but yesterday, the director of the NSA said it was merely an assumption. The chairman of the Foundation for Defense of Democracies and the former director of Central Intelligence with me now, James Woolsey. James, so glad you're back. Is this the worst kind of diplomatic PR error possible, or is this backtracking for other reasons?
I don't know. I think it's likely that this was China, certainly more likely than not. They have a very special unit, military unit that does these things. They're extremely skillful, and the odds are with that. Could it have been Russia? Yes, I suppose. Does anybody else have in the ballpark of being able to do something like this in terms of their skills? I think probably not. The North Koreans, the Iranians, others who are in this game, I think probably don't have the ability to do what was done here. So I still think China's most likely, but is that 8-5 or 10-1 or something in between? I'm not sure. Okay, all right, fair enough. It's difficult to call the odds, but I hear what you're saying in the sense that it was big. It seems like minimal. 18 million people's data were compromised. So it's by size and scope that it sounds like it leads you to believe that it has to be a major power. Right, I think so. Okay, moving forward, what does this mean? I mean, we're trying to work out trade issues. There's all kinds of diplomatic conversations happening at the same time. How does this issue become a pawn? Well, as Deep Throat said to us during a Watergate, always follow the money. And if you look at what may be happening here, it's not only a theft of intellectual property. The Chinese and others have been doing that for a long time, but it's bringing economic weight to bear and blackmailing people to make decisions that are in the direction that the hacker wants. If this was China and their intelligence service has a huge inboxes full of secret information about Americans who have security clearances, they're going to be able to go to a lot of people and say, you know, you probably don't want this disclosed. How about $1 million a year for me? Whatever. There's a lot of possibilities here, and some of it, some of the financial take may be government, and some of it may be non-government, and some of it may be in this gray in-between area where much of Chinese activity takes place. Are you reassured at all that so far none of this data, and from what I understand, the U.S. has placed, let's say, quiet spies or has put certain people in a situation where if this information were up for sale, we would already begin to know about it? The fact that we've heard nothing, no, that's not reassuring? I take no comfort in that at all. The Chinese invented strategy. Sun Tzu is still in many ways the greatest thousands of years ago, and they're patient. And there's no particular reason why, if this were them, that they would jump in and sell something right away. They're not poverty-stricken and need the cash immediately. So no, I take no comfort at all from that. I appreciate the straight to talk, James Woolsey. We like having you with us, Chairman for the Foundation of Defense of Democracies and the former Director of Central Intelligence.